Okay, hello everyone! Welcome to Kaleila's Kitchen. My name is Kaleila and we have a ton of stuff going on today. I am super excited to be showcasing my Anova sous vide that I got for Hanukkah this year. And we're gonna be doing some egg bites. I hear great things about the sous vide egg bites. So we're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna see what's up. Sous vide cam for the win. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna try and keep it as long as I can at least. It's not quite up to temp yet, so I don't know how I'm gonna get the sous vide and the the stove top in both shots. So I'm gonna have to be moving it around a little bit. So, but I did want to get right into it with these egg bites. So I guess you cook them in like little mason jars, basically. I gotta crack them open, whisk them up, put all my stuff in it that I want for flavoring and seasoning, and probably grate some cheese. That sounds like a thing to do. Every recipe I saw, they had cheese in them. And yeah, we'll see how they come out because I'm tired of just hard-boiled eggs in the morning. So, let me get a couple of things here. I'm gonna need a bowl for the eggs. And for anyone wondering, yes, I am wearing my sweatpants because it's been a long week. It's just been a long week the whole way around. And yeah, getting home last night from San Diego was tremendous. So I just want to be comfortable. Let me get, can I switch this guy around without needing to move it? Becomes the question. Can we do it? Wherever it sees that it has tension, there we go. I'm hoping that works. Let me switch this thing around. Cool. And we will get right into cracking eggs. I'm gonna be using quite a bit of eggs, to be honest with you. I think it's about 2 eggs per jar. And then we also have, eggs in the avgolemono. So I gotta use them up because they're gonna go too old. Got a shell. It's not Kaleila Children without children's. It's not Kaleila's Kitchen without children screaming in the background. I mean, I told them today is not Cooking Olympics, but at least they're downstairs screaming. They could be in the kitchen screaming. I'm sure at some point it'll happen today. So I need this sous vide to get up a little higher. It says it's at 129.2. I need it to get up to 167. And I kicked that thing off to go probably a half hour ago. So it's chugging along. It's taking a little bit of time. Excuse me. Let me rinse off my hands here. We're gonna need a chatbot command for whoopins. At some point, I'm sure that's what's going to end up happening. Cormac, we always wanted a show called Whoop That Child. All right, so these are the eggs that I'm probably gonna end up using for the avgolemono. It might be overkill with that many eggs. I don't know. but we shall see. Okay. So for Christmas this year, I got each of the boys one of these fun egg whisk type deals. And so I kind of like it. I don't know, my kids haven't decided if they like it yet. They have decided suddenly that they don't like eggs. So I guess it's really just for me. A fork works just as well for me, but I thought this was like a fun toy that the kids could use. Oh well. Speaking of, hi. Come say hi to Dada.
Hi, Daddy!
And Grandma, she's there.
Hi, Grandma.
You gotta stand back here, baby, so they can see you. There you go.
Hi, Dada. Hi, Grandma.
Tell them all how your day is going.
My day is going good.
Oh, good.
Good. And I was kind of grumpy when I woke up. I was like, oh, no, what is that?
Kind of grumpy is an understatement. There were bribes. There were all kinds of stuff. Is this camera gonna focus up or what? Hello.
I have no idea. Hello.
I'm hoping so.
Where's my boo-boo?
You drank it all. Oh, 2 eggs for the avgolemono faistopuli.
Oh,
Yeah, I've got way too many then.
I did not drink my boo-boo. I'm gonna go get one.
It looks focused on my end now, the camera, but yeah, it was fuzzy for a minute. So the other thing I wanted to do, I found this this Gruyere Swiss cheese imported from Switzerland and aged, licked by the Sultan of Salam. So we're gonna try this for our egg bites. I figured that would be good enough. If I can get it out of the packaging, that'd be excellent. So I don't think I'm going to need all of this cheese, obviously.
Classic.
Classic.
A classic joke. Excellent.
Excellent. Okay, do you hear that? Do you hear Asa trying to make the joke? I see what you did there. Yes.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Is this helping?
No? Do you want to come say hi?
Asa, we completed the level. We did? Yeah! And who did we
Go
unlock?
see it, boys. Go on.
Go see! Asa, let's
So I will genuinely probably only need half of this. I just want a little bit of cheese. I don't want them
Asa, I can
super
unlock that.
cheesy.
Wait. How do I shove this up? Rigatoni.
And I'm hoping this sous vide gets up to temp. I mean, I've had it going for a little while. Okay, that should be enough. Put this cheese away. Let me get some seasonings. I would like everything but the bagel seasoning. That is something I really like putting on my my eggs as it is. I'm just gonna get some pepper, add my salt pick. We're gonna get it going. I'm gonna move this cheese. Get my eggs back over here. Okay. It doesn't want to come off. There we go. Did you see it? It like shot off.
Mommy,
Huh?
I want to find my rigatoni
Okay, you bring it downstairs and you shut the door, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, the boys decided they wanted rigatoni for dinner tonight, and that was totally fine.
Yeah.
So that was just chopped onion I was using in there, and this
Mommy?
is everything but the bagel seasoning from Trader Joe's.
Hey, Mommy.
Huh?
These are the teeth you chew with.
Yes, those are the teeth you chew with. The more you know. So let's get some salt in there. I think that's warranted.
What?
A little bit of pepper.
What is
All right, I'm gonna mix this guy a little bit. And from what I understand, I need to like spray the inside of the jar. Let me see here. Move some of this cheese out of the way. And I'll get my jar assembly here. So it is pretty casual here today, pretty laid back, and much deserved that it's pretty casual, because man, getting home at 11 o'clock last night when I thought I was gonna get home around 5 was more than I was anticipating. Especially with 2 small kids, and they actually did pretty well. I was pleasantly surprised with that one, that they did so well. They didn't scream and cry. They, pretty well waited politely. We did have a few minor meltdowns, but nothing too major. So, get this cheese off from the inside of my box grater. We're gonna divvy this up. All right, and I'm just gonna try and pour this egg mixture in. I think I might need a few eggs to finish off these jars. And that's good, because I overestimated how many eggs for the avgolemono, so. So sorry, we're back. Someone dropped off a deli platter from Shiva, which neither of us knew existed. We have so many sandwiches. There is no other food, only sandwiches. Well, hey, it's better than starving. Isn't that like the mother line? There are starving children in Africa. I'm sorry, I'm not much help on that one. Cormac, I know you don't really like dolmathes in avgolemono, but there's that here if you want. You're a little too far away. Though, with how long it stinking took to get home on United yesterday, my God, I could have driven home like within a reasonable amount of time than it took me to fly. Get these guys in. Do I have 2 more? Ah, I have 2 more. See, that's perfect. Oh. A little bit of shell. Okay. Let's try, I'm gonna put some of the seasoning on top since these last two kind of didn't get much. You get a little fork. Though wouldn't it work just as well if you like put a lid on it and shook it? I'm pretty sure that would still work. Like one of those salad shaker things. Remember when that was a thing? All right. So I have to fit these kind of loose on here. Obviously you don't want the water to get in there because it will be completely submerged. And yeah, I'm kind of excited to try this. I'm a little apprehensive because I don't know how I feel about submerging the jar in there. It comes up, you know, above the rim of the thing. But that's what the internet said to do, and they're never wrong. Come back. Okay, so I have all these guys prepped. There's a little, here, Nichols, you want some cheese? A little crumbs. Let me clean up this workspace a little bit. Just dog them down tight. It said to put them on loosely. So I have it dogged down where I don't think any water will, I don't know. There's gotta be a balance there somewhere because I don't know. So I'm wrong all the time. Me too. But the internet's never wrong. So if this is like a super epic fail, we will figure it out. But yeah, I'm doing it like fingertip tight. I'm not like trying to break the jar or anything.
That's regis.edu/youcan.
Obviously, if they start coming loose inside of the, you know, tub, then I need to like shut it off and take out the machine. Okay, so let me turn on my burner here so we can get my cabbage going. I'm gonna go on a little ride. I'm hoping this thing reaches. I don't know that it will. I don't think it's going to. Okay, so this is about as close as I can get. How's that looking? Let's see. All right. So I also wanted to get a little video of putting these guys in. Isn't that something that the internet does? Okay. It's kind of floating. Oh well. I think maybe because they're only half full that they're floating. So it'll be more interesting to watch. It's kind of like a fish can, like I said on my last stream. It's like a fish can. Oh, why is it sinking? Is water getting in? No. Maybe it just took some time. Man, if this explodes, I'm going to be concerned. All right, well that guy sunk right away because he's more than halfway full. We will figure it out. I'm just wanting to see if they take on any water. I'm really hoping they don't. Really hoping they don't. So I will try and keep the sous vide cam on as long as I possibly can. Let's see. Here we go. Can see it going. It's still quite not up to temperature yet, but by the time it gets there, hopefully everything will be counting down properly. Let me adjust my cook time on here. Cool. Very good. I'll get that guy out of the way. So, Greek stuffed cabbage is something that I absolutely love. My husband tolerates. And it's something that my yiayia used to make for me all the time when I was small. I used to pretend to be sick to try and get it. Not that I ever needed an excuse. If I just asked for it, she probably would have made it for me. But it is something that is near and dear to my heart. So, yeah, this is something I felt pretty appropriate to be making on stream, since not too many people know how to do it. Dolmathes is, I mean, lots of cultures have them. You get cabbage, or grape leaves is what I see more commonly used, but we use cabbage. And ground beef with its parsley and onion and a little bit of rice, which I have just a little bit here of. I won't even use all of that for it. Really, like 2 tablespoons of rice is good. But we will get it going and put it all together. I have a few tricks for the avgolemono sauce that my grandma has shared with me. And I will say, with full disclosure, I am not perfect at making this. It is something that I am still trying to refine. It's not as good as yiayia's. Full disclosure there, not as good as yiayia's. So I'm gonna get this cabbage out. Rinse it off, and then we have to cut out the core portion with a paring knife. They're still mostly circulating in there, like 2 had fallen to the bottom. And that's about it. So I'm taking a paring knife and really just cutting more of like a square and trying to orient the tip of the blade into the head of cabbage. So. Oh. Okay. Just like that, and it comes out. So like you can see what I'm doing here. I have the cabbage minus the core in some water that's just off a simmer. We're gonna try and put him on his side so we can get the leaves off individually. And you'll know that it's ready to give way. The color will darken a little bit. They'll be very pliable, which is what we need to be rolling these. While that's going, let me get the actual stuffing ready. Throw this guy away. What's going on, Nickel? So what I'm going to do, and I know my grandma used to grate the onion, I'm going to blend mine because I'm not really going for, the water should be boiling. Well, yeah. I'm doing my best. Hook it in this way. I can turn up the heat on it. That's about it. I've normally kept it at a simmer because I'm trying to peel it as I'm assembling them. All right. So I'm just gonna roughly chop these guys up and throw them into my magic bullet. I also need some garlic. Water is certainly getting there as far as boiling. You can see how much darker this end of the cabbage is than the other. And that guy's ready to come off pretty soon. Okay. Let me get the blade for this. Okay, so I don't deafen everyone with the sound of my blender. Give me just a second. Did it work? Am I back yet? Did it work? I think I'm back. Hopefully that mute function worked. And yeah, hopefully it came back. Let me know if you can hear me. So, big bunch of flat leaf parsley. I have 2 of them here in this bag. I really only need the 1. And I will take this and chop it up. Okay, good. You can still hear me. So you want a pretty good fine chop on these, because it's never fun to get like a whole leaf of parsley in one bite. And we're going to be mixing this up with our ground beef. I use ground beef. I don't know, Yaya, do you use ground beef or ground lamb or a combo? Pretty sure you just use ground beef, but let me get another bowl.
Learn the known, prepare for the unknown. Regis University's Anderson College of Business prepares students for jobs that don't exist yet. We think ahead of the competition, creating the most forward-thinking graduates and take a personal approach. Similar to a mentor in a business setting, you'll be assigned a student success coach to craft your unique path.
Got a couple of little leaves here I can just tear up.
Explore
Use beef,
graduate and
yeah.
undergrad programs today. Visit regis.edu/ucan. That's regis.edu/YO.
I'm gonna dump in this onion mixture that I just made. And sorry if that's a total abomination to you, Yaya, that I blended it instead of grating it. But okay. So open up the package of ground beef here and get this in the bowl. And then I'm going to season it with some salt and pepper. I put my pepper away, didn't I? Blending is probably good. Yeah, I've done it before that way, and it's fine. So. Okay. So I just need a couple of tablespoons of this rice. Let me see if you guys can kind of see more of what I'm doing here in the bowl. Cormac's not here to remind me of these things that you guys aren't looking at what I'm looking at. Let's see there. Very good. We'll only be here for a minute because my cabbage is ready to start taking apart. So just a couple of tablespoons. This is gonna need more pepper. I can see already it's gonna need more pepper. Did I put it back? I did. Okay. So that guy's about good. Which is perfect timing because you can see my cabbage here is definitely up to a boil. Let me turn that down a little bit. You just want these leaves to peel off. Let me just start with this guy and you can kind of get an idea of what we're going to do. So on the inside of this cabbage leaf, we're just going to cut out the stem portion, and if it's tattered like this guy is, we can cut it in half and just use the larger side. Yeah. Let me get this guy out. This is all my discard here. See, this leaf is also pretty beaten up. Nope, he's not the next up. Gatorade?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it downstairs.
Excuse me. I had to sneeze again.
What are those things floating around?
Those are the sous vide egg bites that Mommy is making. Do you want to try one?
No.
He goes, no.
I mean, no.
All right. So let's get some of these guys off and ready to go. We're cutting out the middle just because it's too difficult to fold when you get the actual filling in there. And obviously leaves like this can hold more than leaves that are more towards the center. But we will use pretty much the entire head of cabbage. You can see this guy here, real nice and ready to go. And that'll be easier to pull off there. I had a corner of that cabbage core still on there, so. So all I'm doing with the cabbage is I'm kind of rotating it until those leaves are parboiled and sort of just fall right off. But even this center here, the yellow in the center, we will end up using that. So don't think that it just gets discarded. Let me cut this little corner out. I think I have more than one on this pole here. Yep. All right, let me pull this guy out because he's looking pretty good as far as being parboiled. I'm gonna put him in my strainer over here so I can work with it a little more comfortably. Okay. And he pretty well should just fall apart after that. And we're just cutting out the middle. Same deal all the way through. I think that's probably the last leaf that I'll be able to cut in half like that, because the closer to the center, the smaller the leaf, obviously. This guy here, I'm gonna put him back in the water. The rest of these guys are great for just stacking on top and having a little bed of cabbage to help keep your dolmathes towards the bottom of the bowl, which is kind of what we're looking for. Okay.
Learn the known, prepare for the unknown. Regis University's Anderson College of Business prepares students.
It's gotten so quiet downstairs, I don't know if I should be happy or concerned. They decided to take their dinner downstairs, so hopefully that means they're eating it and not that they have fed it to the dogs.
To advance your career.
Get that guy back in there.
And undergrad programs today. Visit regis.edu/youcan. That's regis.edu/youcan.
That guy in there. Very good. Do the dogs look happier than normal? They're not even here, which is the other odd thing. Like, I'm cooking and they've decided to go sit down someplace, so they might be downstairs. So as far as the sous vide cam update, let's look. We have some jars still floating around in there, and some that are on the bottom. I think just those 2 are on the bottom. It doesn't look like they're taking on any water, which is good. They're just kind of percolating around, so. Let me grab a water out of the outside fridge and I will be right back. I found one dog. Here. Come here. Say hi. How you doing, Wiggles? Yeah. She's very excited. Very excited to be here, as she should be. How long are the jars supposed to cook? Well, once it's at temp, it's supposed to cook for 40 minutes. But, yeah, quality control is on the premises. Oh, here's Abby, too. Come here, girl. Come here. Hello. I don't have any food for you, but at least they can see you on the camera. Yeah. So, yeah, it's supposed to cook for 40 minutes, but it's having a hard time getting up to temperature. Probably because I started it too late. That is kind of the thing I have to get used to with sous vide is how it takes some time to come around. And I'm sure in a smaller container it wouldn't take as long. So maybe that's something, I guess that's a reason why to get a smaller container. I figured I'll never need another container if I just have one big enough to fit it all. And that's okay. All right. These guys should be more parboiled, which they are. Oh yeah. All right. So I'm just gonna dump out this water here and then we're gonna start with some fresh water. Wait for my pot to fill up here. So yeah, it's kind of cool that they circulate around like that. It's like my own fish cam, and I keep saying that because so many people have fish cams and they're fun. You can see it's almost 2 temp. It's supposed to be at 167. There are competing ideas for you know, what temperature to have them at, so I figured if I picked one that was kind of in the middle, I'd be safe. But yeah, I didn't anticipate it would take this long to heat up. Oh, you know what? Huh? What, baby?
Can I put on short sleeves because long sleeves are bothering me.
Long sleeves are bothering you? Here, do me a favor. Stand here, talk to Dad, and say hi. Okay?
Hi, Dada.
Hey,
Hi, Dada.
You grab stock.
So, me and Jay are playing Monk, Asa, and Justice. I am Monk, Asa, and Jay is a shark monk. Hi.
keep your shirt down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Why are they spinning around like that? Why are they spinning?
Because this little machine helps them circulate.
Circulate us.
Yeah.
Circulate.
All right, so we're just gonna pour off some of this water here. I'm gonna assemble it first and then put it all in the pot. Be sure and take your chair with you, baby.
Yes, can I get short sleeves on?
I guess so. You've never had to ask me to change your shirt before. So, let's get this. Sorry. I want to angle this on my board so you can actually see what I'm doing. And I think that works. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to get a leaf here and open it up. Let me get my spoon here. I just ran to the garage to grab some stock. So, I decided I wanted to... Stockings? Christmas is over, baby.
Oh.
Yeah.
But Asa didn't have a big red Gatorade.
So you grab a little, spoonful of your meat, put them in here. I fold them down and then fold them over, and then continue to fold it through so it's tight like that. And I place it sealed side down or seam side down
Follow me to the
in
tree.
the pot. So this is probably the most labor-intensive portion of the whole thing. Up until this point, it hasn't been too bad. Pretty easy, I think, to follow along with. But parboiling the cabbage makes it pretty pliable. I think this guy's big enough. He broke a little bit, so I'm just gonna double him up. Let me start with the bigger outside leaves first, because those are much easier to work with. I keep looking up, Cormac, and reading your last comment of keep your shirt down and think you're talking to me. Like, I'm streaming in family friendly, so there's definitely none of that going on. Not that there would if it wasn't family friendly, but then I have to remind myself you're talking to Asa, who has no sense of propriety. All right, this guy's a little bit of a funny shape. Where is, there we go. I probably could have used this guy for 2. That's okay. take your shirt off. You know, if you weren't a mod, I would ban you from chat. So obviously these larger leaves can hold more of the filling, which we're trying to pace it out so we have enough cabbage for all the meat, which I've never really had a problem with in the past, so. Especially because I'm only using 1 head of cabbage and 1 pound of meat, so.
Monks attack.
Monks attack. No, there's no monk attack in Kaleila's kitchen. There's no crying in this dojo. Mod privilege is real. Husband privilege is realer. Realer.
Run! I'll stay here. Monks attack. That means you. You're a shooter.
You're my only mod, if that helps at all. And you're my only husband too. So since I've filled up my pot here, I'm just gonna start around the outside perimeter
I exploded 2 bad guys.
and start to fill it
We
in.
have to use our chi now.
Boys, you have to go downstairs now.
I
Chi,
have
use our chi now.
in my pocket.
Go
Our
downstairs.
chi from Kung Fu Panda.
Yep. Take your rigatoni with you. How about that?
Yeah, these can be our level up food.
Okay. Sure.
And the bread.
Go for it, kiddo.
Yeah, they bring the bread. Can be our health food. The bread can be our health food.
Your health food. I believe it.
It can level up our health
Yeah.
and make us glow, go, go, go.
Go, 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 go.
No, I said glow.
Oh, bro. Well, you go, kiddo. It's a little too much.
Lisa, this is I'm bringing down the glow food, which is the bread.
Extra XP.
This is the glow food.
Learn the known, prepare for the unknown. Regis University's Anderson College of Business prepares students for jobs that don't exist yet. We think ahead of the competition, creating the most forward-thinking graduates and take a personal approach. Similar to a mentor in a busy setting, you'll be assigned a student success coach to craft your unique path, and we know the formula to advance your career. Explore graduate and undergrad programs today. Visit regis.edu/youcan. That's regis.edu/youcan.
All right, almost done. Got maybe 1/4 pound of this filling left. My leaves are certainly getting more select. Let's see. This guy's a little small. Shoot. Wrap him in a slightly larger leaf. So I've heard competing theories about how best to cook these. And I've heard things like putting a plate upside down on there to help keep them down. I've heard, okay, really, I've just heard that one. I don't think, Yiayia, did you ever use that? I don't even know if she's still in chat. I don't know if she used a plate. I've used the plate before and it works okay. Let me see. I need like 2 more. Maybe 3. Let's see. Yes, you use the plate? Okay. I think I'm going to use a plate too, because my smaller ones here on top are kind of ratty. So, let me get this last good corner of leaf. I'm gonna wrap it around. This is, you can see this is the progress that we've made here on it. So, all of these extra little pieces that were right next to the core, I'm not going to toss them. I am going to put them as a bed. Again, to help try and keep that, the dolmathes down. Okay, and I have some chicken stock here, and then of course some water that I'm going to use. You know, I don't know that I have room enough for another jar. So let me put in a little bit more water. It'll be more like a 50-50 mixture. Another cup or so in there. Yeah. Very good. And let me get a small plate. I just set it down over this, and I cover it up. You can see what our sous vide's doing over here. Okay, and we're gonna let those boil for, I mean, how long do you let yours go? Yeah, I've done mine for 40 minutes. I've done it for an hour. It's kind of hard to overcook. You just want to make sure that filling inside is done. So. We both love you very much. We are going to go watch the Golden Globes. Let me know how everything goes. Bye, guys. I hope you have a fabulous night. Have fun watching the Golden Globes. Sit back, relax. I'm sure Zach can conjure up a charcuterie board or something. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Clean off my cutting board here. I've made a little bit of a watery mess with all this cabbage. "45 to 60 minutes. I mean, maybe my sous vide will be up to temp by then. Who knows? Because it's still not up to temperature. It's sitting at 155. And I tried to let my eggs come to room temperature too. So I don't think I, shocked it by putting a bunch of cold eggs in there. But we'll see. Very excited about it though. I think it's gonna come out great. I mean, who doesn't love some cheesy eggs in the morning? All right, so I'm gonna put a couple of these things away, and then I'm gonna pull out some of the stuff I'm gonna need for the avgolemono, specifically my lemon, because I haven't pulled it out of the fridge yet. And yeah, I'm gonna use your special trick of the cornstarch. Hopefully I can get it to stay together and it won't crack on me. All right, let me see what I can do with this guy here. See, this is my mess of a kitchen that I have to contend with. So you can see what I'm doing here, at least with dishes, because I'm going to throw some of this stuff in the dishwasher while everything else continues to simmer along. But I'm excited for dolmathes for dinner, because it's like 30 degrees here, and it's just cold. It's just ridiculous. Was 30, and it wouldn't have been so bad, but the wind just makes everything so much more cold. So Yiayia, what are you doing for dinner tonight? You know, we never did get that Mexican food when I was out there. They didn't get to try the new Mexican food place around the corner from your house. Okay, let's get that down. Roast lamb? Oh, I'm jealous. I want roast lamb. That sounds amazing. I hope you enjoy it. You making any like tulu with it or anything? That sounds nice. Next time? Yeah, for sure. You have all that bread left over from when I made bread. Yum. Are you cooking it in the new Dutch oven that you got? It is, no? Well, they're coming along. Only 2 of them are at the bottom, which I have no idea why those are at the bottom and not the other ones, so. Hold on, my dog is sneezing. So Nichols has this, no, it was too big. I'm going to give some to your dad tomorrow. Yeah. Well, I wish I lived around the corner and I could have some roast lamb too. Nichols has this weird reverse sneeze thing. And it's like she has to constantly be treated for it. So I just give her a Benadryl wrapped up in a cheese stick and then, come here. Come here. Sit. 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 You're just too excited. There you go. You want cheese? Come here. Dance. Good girl. So, well, that's exciting. Yeah. Roast lamb. Sounds good. Nickel, what you doing? Hmm? You hear her sneeze? I don't know if it picks up on the audio.
Learn the known, prepare for the unknown. Regis University's Anderson College of Business prepares.
So as far as the sparkling CBD waters, the lemonade one I think wins out. I think that's probably the best one that I've had yet. I really like this one. I should go back to Sprouts tomorrow and get some.
Graduate and undergrad programs today. Visit regis.edu/UCAN. That's regis.edu.
Mr. Justice.
Ready to get my pink medicine?
Are you ready to get pink medicine?
Yep.
Okay. We only have a few more days left of this crazy antibiotic ridiculousness.
I'm going to do it by myself.
You're gonna do it by yourself. You do it. Turn around and show Yiayia. There you go. Everyone's on antibiotics. Even Dad, yeah. Go put that in the sink.
Well, if I drop it down the drain.
Here you go, Ace. That's yours.
Don't drop it down the drain.
It'll be all right.
like my mom ate stuff.
I mean, they're doing a great job of, yeah, bravo. They're doing a great job of entertaining themselves downstairs for sure.
But I'm still afraid of those spiders down there. I don't know if there's any more.
I don't think there's any spiders downstairs, baby. Don't you worry about it.
But sometimes I see them just crawling around.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and I'm
Spiders happen.
And I'm like, all right, grab my sword axe. I'm going to smush that thing. I'm going to smush you.
Yep.
Sometimes I'm afraid of
Come here.
spiders outside.
Sometimes you're afraid of spiders outside, but spiders happen outside. Can you go let Abby outside?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Abby!
So I'm gonna put this stock off to the side since I'm not gonna use it today.
Wasp.
You're afraid of wasps?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of them either.
Because I got stung of one of them one
Yeah,
day.
I know. They're no fun, for
And
sure.
Mom was like, just die already.
Yep, we killed that thing dead, huh?
Yeah, even that nest.
Mm-hmm, I took out the nest.
And also I still see the bodies in there.
No, the nest is all done, babe.
Yeah, but I still see the dead bodies.
Probably not.
I hope he killed the queen.
Yeah.
Hey, Mommy.
Hey, baby.
How do wasps die when the are they die
Yep.
just like this?
They're dead just like that.
I could imagine there was like 2 wasps following me and their stingers got and I shut the door on them.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, but sting out of the way, sting out of the way.
The creative imagination of children. I don't know what else to call it.
And I imagined the queen bee and 100 of her kid bees was following me.
Uh-huh.
And I said, ah, please.
All right, guys, let Abby back inside, please. Be nice. All right. Lock the door.
Lock it.
And now go play. Thank you.
Run! Oh, my baby!
Go play. Or Nichols is gonna eat your food. Better go.
Where's Nicole?
I don't know.
Maybe not.
She might be eating their food. Who knows?
I'm making
But let's see. What did I set this ANOVA at? 160 or 165?
my baby is falling. Oh, my baby.
Oh, I put it at 167. Yeah. Come on. It's Wi-Fi connecting, so obviously this is the best way to go about it. Now it's saying it can't connect. But it's still running. Well, I'm just gonna leave it be. Because it wants me to shut it off and then turn it back on again to try and reconnect to it. And I've already got my food in there and stuff. We're still trying to figure out the kinks of how this whole thing works. But the dolmathes are starting to get hot and we should get some good boiling action on that. I think I've got enough lemon juice here, and obviously my eggs are already tempered, or already at room temperature at least. I'll temper them to the cabbage here in just a bit. But like I said, this is probably one of my most favorite dishes, especially when it's really cold outside. And it is definitely that. Coming back from San Diego, like everyone in the airport was sick. It was really a mess. I mean, I'm like trying to like constantly wash my hands and get the kids to wash their hands. And I mean, they immediately put their hands down on things and then try and pick their nose, which does no good. So it was quite the harrowing experience just trying to get home last night. Fingers crossed that no one gets sick, but I don't know. I don't know. So I can see on these eggs, just the exterior portion of them, they're not looking as yellow. They're starting to look more whitish and like they're cooking through, which is good. The water is certainly warm. And the temperature is still climbing. Looks like the dolmathes has just come up to a boil. So it's all progressing, I think, as it should. Hopefully it sticks with it. Because it's a little frustrating that the cooker lost contact as far as Wi-Fi goes. I mean, the temperature is continuing to climb, so I don't see why it would have such a hard time connecting. I'm hoping that the last setting that I had on the app connects or communicates with the unit. We shall see. This could certainly be a flaw in the whole Wi-Fi, connect to Wi-Fi to cook kind of process. Certainly not my favorite thing to have happen. This is only my second time using it though, so we'll see what actually comes of it. And as you can see with the dolmathes, it's starting to boil up there in the plate, keeping everything down in place so it doesn't rattle around in the bowl, or in the pot rather. So hopefully that all works out. But it is very nice to be home. It's very nice to be back home. And you know, I came home and I had to like sanitize my entire kitchen because it was a mess. And decided if I'm going to go through all this trouble to sanitize it and then cook tonight, I may as well make it the stream that I missed on the 1st. So I can keep schedule. We're doing this today instead of on the 1st, like I said. Let me cool this down. And we will be doing the steak bites with ginger salad on the 8th. So what is that, Wednesday? I think I decided to do that for when Cormac was supposed to come back. Let me check and make sure. Yeah, Asian steak bites with the yum yum sauce and ginger salad. So we'll be doing a couple of things that day. I already bought the steak for that since it's only a couple days away. But yeah, if you have ever gone to a Japanese restaurant and they have the ginger salad, and you know, rack your brain trying to find it at a grocer, it really is not all that difficult to make. It does have a slew of ingredients to go with it, but most of it you can already have in your kitchen, really. I'm really excited for that one because I make a big jar of it and then I have salad for like a week. So, or at least the whole house has salad for about a week. It is probably my favorite salad dressing. And it's the only one I know how to make, so that that works out pretty well. And that will be, probably around midday on the 8th. So hopefully, I'm not sure what shift Cormac is working that day, but hopefully he can be home for that. All of this stuff, we're trying to go keto in the new year. All of this stuff is really good warmed up or reheated, which is kind of my aim, at least, for you know, how we're going to most efficiently attack going keto in the new year. It is no gin January, so no drinking here in the new year. Although my new year probably started on the 5th. Rather than on the 1st like it should have. But gotta get healthy, gotta get back in the gym, gotta get back to being on plane and losing weight like I'm hoping to do. Because things after Justice's birthday, stuff just fell off the bandwagon in spectacular fashion, of course, with the new year and everything else. So with the holidays and the sugar cookie houses and everything else that we were cooking in here. It is very easy to get carried away once you know how to cook some of these things, and then you know, keep it in stock in your house. It's very easy to just pack on the pounds. So gotta work against that somehow. So if I had known that this ANOVA was going to take so long, I probably would have started it earlier. I was afraid it would start too early initially. But I started it about half an hour before the stream went live, and it's still not up to temperature. Sitting at 164.6. I need it to be at 167 to get these guys going, and then it'll cook for 40 minutes on top of that. So this portion of it may have to be an Instagram sort of, you know, follow it up and see how they turned out. Not exactly what I wanted to do, but there's not much I can do about making it cook any faster. You can't, there is no high or low setting to it, really. It gets there when it gets there. Hey, Asa, we're not pulling out that book. Come here and talk to me.
Monk Asa is practicing inner peace.
Inner peace?
Yeah.
All right. Very, very odd. They've been watching Kung Fu Panda. It's what I put on their iPads for the airplane ride. And they've obviously taken a liking to it.
Uh-huh.
So what was your favorite part about visiting San Diego?
Well, I liked all the parts.
You liked all the parts? What do you think your favorite part was? The in and out?
In and out.
Seeing Yiayia and Grandma? Yeah. Tormenting Yiayia's house for a couple days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to get my paper airplane now.
I think I set them on the dining room table.
Okay.
So we had a paper airplane extravaganza out in San Diego, and my son insisted on bringing absolutely all of them home. So we'll see. We'll see how long they last, at least.
What? My plane.
What about it?
It's
Yeah. Well, you put it in a backpack.
Wait, this
What did you think was going to happen?
This is not the plane I was looking for.
They'll figure it out. I didn't realize how elaborate paper airplane folding could be. I didn't realize how elaborate it could be.
Mommy, where's my backpack?
It's in the dining room.
How could it be in the dining room? Oh, upside down.
All right, there you go. So we're gonna create a rule of all airplanes live downstairs. Airplanes do not live upstairs. That's crazy.
Oh.
They're all on the table, baby. They're all on the table.
This is my warning sign.
Oh, yeah? It's a warning sign.
And if they're like, it's just a fancy move, I'll just go chi-ball, chi-ball, chi-ball.
Chi-ball. Okay.
If
So,
they kick them in
take
face,
your airplane downstairs, baby.
I'm gonna put it back on the table.
Okay. I mean, literally, he flew home with like 15 paper airplanes. It was like every house he went to, he asked family members to make him more and more paper airplanes and did not part with a single one of them. So I'm gonna have to up my game a little bit and figure out how to fold them myself, I guess. So I have a feeling that's going to be a slippery slope though, because once they figure out mom can do something, I'm never allowed to rest. I have to keep churning them out until kingdom comes. So we'll see. 165.7. I'm hoping that we can get up to 167, which is where it's supposed to be at some point soon.
I'm trying to fly now.
Although if it goes over in temperature, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. Hi. No, we're not going to be running and stuff up here. Go on. Go downstairs, please.
Okay. Okay, so say adios.
Adios.
It's about to egg into his booty.
Okay, go downstairs, please, with the airplanes.
I got my penguin's egg back into his booty.
Okay.
By slapping the egg back into his booty.
There you go. Go take it downstairs, please. I guess they found some kind of toy.
Which is a penguin.
A penguin toy. Very important to specify.
From McDonald's.
Okay, take it downstairs, please. Oh my goodness. Go on, boys. Justice, go finish eating your dinner, please.
It's downstairs.
Yeah, that's where you need to be. We got home so late last night, we didn't even have an opportunity to make dinner. The kids were, so excited to eat something before they went to bed, and then we got home so late, they literally fell asleep in the car before we even had an opportunity to leave the airport. So it was a long night, and it was nice to kind of relax here today.
I fell asleep in the car, and then I was like, and I was going to relax on the bed, and Mom said, all right, just stay here. And I was like, no, Nichols is licking me.
The dogs were very excited to see us, and laying the boys down made prime targets for lots of doggy kisses and licking and all that
So
stuff.
then I went on the couch.
See, it beeped now, so it must still be connected. I don't know what I did wrong.
And when I was on the couch after I went on the bed, I was like, I'm tired.
I'm tired.
Just like that, he's like, I'm tired.
Mhm. Well, the sous vide beeped, so obviously it's connected somehow. Yeah, because on the app it's not showing that it's connected at all. We'll see what happens.
I don't like this magic trick. I like the new one.
Uh-huh.
Just...
So we've spent the last couple of weeks here being very, very sick for one thing or another. And I was trying to get the kids to flush out their sinuses because they had obvious sinus infections. And, I mean, in addition to other things that we were doing, I wasn't just relying on the sinus rinse. No. Go put that away. And my kids decided they hate that thing.
Yeah. So we got a new one and it's okay for me. Jay's like, put, and he
Yeah.
falls up.
Yep, I know. The kids, they dislike it terribly, so.
The second one we both bought is good.
The second one I bought was for infant nasal rinse, which they do a little bit better with, so.
But Jay's like,
That's enough. Go play downstairs, please. Go finish your dinner.
and go finish my...
Turn off that light. Anyways, it's very good to be home. I mean, there was quite a bit of laundry to try and get caught up on. I think I got most of it done today. None of it put away, of course, but at least washed. And, yeah. So, Asa starts school on Tuesday this week, so we got back really just in time to get him back to school.
Tomorrow do I have school?
No. Tuesday.
So maybe tomorrow I can play well. I will make a new character.
We'll see. I'm making no promises, understand?
Yes, Mommy.
Okay.
Jay will make a new character. I'm going to be a locomotive.
Okay, I want you to go downstairs
And I only...
and finish your dinner.
And I only...
Yes, Mommy.
Yes, Mommy. And I only orc, monk...
He just insists on finishing. I just want you to go downstairs. Shut the door, baby.
Okay.
Thank you.
I saw Nickel down here. I scared her off.
Okay.
Nickel? Goodbye.
It sounds like Nickel made it downstairs. So, who knows what happened to the dinner? Who knows? So you can see the color of these eggs changing rather rapidly. Making, more of a whitish color. And I'm pretty excited about that. Let me get this guy back up to it's too low of a simmer there. So we'll see. It's certainly coming along here. Of course, Cormac's still out in San Diego, and we miss him terribly. I wish him to come home soon. So his flight's on Tuesday. I feel like Tuesday can't get here fast enough. So what we're gonna do with the avgolemono sauce is we are going to crack open these eggs. I don't know if Yiayia is still in chat or if she separates the eggs. I generally don't separate the eggs, but I guess it kind of depends on your preference. So you take the eggs out of their shell, and then you add in a little bit of cornstarch and the stock out of your hot pot. So you turn off the pot, take it off the burner, and that'll help reduce the temperature a little bit. So when you do temper your eggs and you add it back into your pot, that it doesn't crack. That's the hope. It's not inedible when it cracks, but it's obviously nicer when it doesn't crack and looks a little nicer. But it's edible either way. It's just not as pretty. Yeah, whichever you prefer, to separate them or not. Yeah, I don't. Every recipe that I see people do, and maybe I'm missing the point of it. I just don't see the point of it. I mean, it's all going back into the pot anyway, but maybe there's some super secret egg voodoo that I don't know about, so. So it's still just those 2 jars on the bottom, but I don't think they are taking on any water. I'm not sure why those 2 specifically decided to sink. It must be, I mean, because this one looks like it's above the halfway line too, and he's still floating around. So we'll see how they turn out. I'm kind of excited. Like I said, I'm tired of eating just hard-boiled eggs in the morning, so hopefully this is something new and different. And I understand that the Starbucks ones are horribly expensive, and I'm really not about that, so. So this is how our pot here is doing. Coming along, bubbling up around that plate. That's helping keep our dolmathes at the bottom. Asa.
I'm getting my iPad.
Yeah, that's not appropriate. You're not coming up here just to make your brother scream. I think it's maybe more frothy if you separate the whites from the yolk. I mean, maybe. Yeah, depending on like the kind of beater that you use. I know I used to use this guy here. It's a little like hand beater. But I don't see any point in using that today when I have that one that I just got the kids. I figured I would try it out, see how it does. I mean, it's going to beat up the egg just like anything else would, I would think. As long as it's a continuous, beating motion. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't separate them, but I understand a lot of people do. So, my dog wants outside. Give me just 1 second. Sorry if you can hear them barking out there. Abby and Nichols think the Pomeranians next door is an affront to humanity, so they'll get over it soon enough. So also what we're going to do this month, in the theme of having some more Greek food around, I'm going to do tzatziki and keftedes, which are Greek meatballs. Super excited about those because I love meatballs. We'll be showing you how to make the tzatziki sauce, which I guess is like, there's a lot of discrepancy over if you use lemon juice or red wine vinegar, and I'm in the red wine vinegar camp. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of discrepancy over who uses what and what's better. So, but I'm excited to show everyone. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't have any cooking Olympics planned yet this month with my kiddos, but I'm sure we'll throw something in there probably on a Friday where they can come in and mess up the kitchen a little bit. Yeah, vinegar camp. I agree. But it's interesting, you see people, talk about it and say, well, you have to use lemon because it's Greek. They use things that, like wine is a big deal in Greeks too, in Greek culture. So why would you limit yourself to only using lemon as though Greeks have never heard of vinegar or something? I don't know. So the Innova is holding temperature even though it disconnected from my Bluetooth on my phone. And I can't get it to reconnect for some reason. I have another 28 minutes on this timer, so it was set in there properly. So they don't know Greeks. I mean, that's probably accurate. They probably put feta in their Greek salad, yiayia. I don't know. Crumble it up and put it in there. Obviously, they don't know Greeks, so. But hopefully it warms up a little bit this week because Nichols is freaking out and she needs to go to the dog park and run. But yeah, it's just been so cold. And today it's not that it was so cold, it was like 35, which is, I mean, not warm, but the wind made it like ridiculously cold. It made it way, way, way too cold. So I'm gonna give these just another couple of minutes and then we're gonna put together the avgolemono. Hunt Joe 007. Oh, spam. Yeah. Yep. Let's get rid of that. Oh, it's gonna make me do it from the app. So, there we go. Cool. Spam. So another couple of minutes on this, and then we're gonna get to the avgolemono sauce. And again, I don't know about the sous vide eggs. I might be able to hang in there a little bit longer to see them on stream, which was, I mean, what I was hoping for, to be honest. But they're definitely cooking through. They look like they're coming along just fine. So, yeah. So we've got a couple of things going on this month in Kaleila's Kitchen. Like I said, we're going to be going keto in the new year, and we'll see how far we get with that and how, strict I can be with it. I already think I'm not going to be able to be very strict at all. Like you can see here, there's a little bit of rice in this. I don't think there's amounts to very much carbs at all, but it's not part of the strict keto diet. Allowing myself a little bit of leeway I think is going to be all right. Of course, getting back to the gym is going to be the most important part to this because you cannot outrun a bad diet.
Mommy,
Yeah.
we're having a disco party
You're having a disco party
downstairs.
downstairs. Can you shut off the dining room light, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
My headphones did it.
Okay.
I see the light, Mommy.
You can see my kids are very happy to be home and with their own toys again. All right, baby.
I fell on the disco light.
Shut the door, please. They're very excited to be home and with their own toys, and you know, they were running themselves ragged out in San Diego. So having naps today, a solid night of sleep, all those things helped their disposition quite a bit. I'm sure Yiayia can attest to that because they were going nuts. So let's focus up back here with what we're going to be doing. Get this off. So you turn off the burner. You move the pot off the hot burner, so move it off to the side. Let me make sure I can get everything in the shot there. I've got my 2 eggs at room temperature. Let me get the plate out because that is going to be important. Let me get another pair of tongs. So caution, the plate will be very hot. But that is what it looks like. And super delicious. We're just gonna add in that egg and lemon and we'll be good to go. So, get my eggs in here. How much cornstarch, Yiayia? Teaspoon or so, I think. Not really sure. Go on. So I'm gonna put a little amount of cornstarch in there. Just a little bit, I don't think you need a lot. We'll get this mixing around, all broken up. Half a teaspoon, yeah, I put a little more than that in there, and that's okay. It'll be all right. So I'm gonna get a little bit of this juice here in my ladle, and while this is still mixing, we're just gonna splash a little bit in there. Go very, very slowly because we don't want this to scramble at all. I'm gonna throw some lemon juice in there. Like I said, I'm going super slow. I don't want these eggs to scramble. We're just trying to gently bring them up to temperature. This will probably be my last ladle. So there it is. I don't think it's broken in there, and we'll see how it does here in the pot. Let me move this over so we can get a little bit more solid of a view. Of course, off the hot burner, because we don't want to risk breaking this sauce. I think that looks okay. So you pour this in real careful, real gentle. And of course you don't want to stir the pot so much and disrupt the dolmathes that you have in there. So when you pour it in, just give it a little shake side to side like this. And that will help fully incorporate everything. Very good. Awesome. So let me clean up a few of these things here. I've made quite the mess. And we will spoon it up and give it a taste. It is very hot at this point, so we won't be making real big bowls full of it. I'm going to use my, yeah, it looks good. Fai sto pulì. I'm going to use my nice bright red crock. Yeah, this sauce stayed together nicely. Let me just move the camera entirely. I think that will be the better option here to get the best view of what we've done. We center this up some. course, the traditional Greek way, at least as far as I know it, is a big hunk of toasted bread. But we're going keto, so I'm not doing a big hunk of toasted bread. I'm just gonna eat it like this. And you know what? It is spectacular, just like this. Let me get some pepper out of my ridiculously oversized pepper grinder. And of course, let me get a picture for social media.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided
Because
to say
these
about it.
look delicious. Nice and cooked through beautifully.
Charmin Ultra Strong just cleans better. Enjoy the go with Charmin. Click for coupon.
Very hot. Incredible. And I love them. Like I said, this is, especially in the wintertime, one of my favorite things to make. I need a knife to help cut through this cabbage though. Really excellent. I actually want a little bit more lemon in mine. Could have definitely afforded to put a little bit more in there, so don't be shy. But then again, I really like lemon. Awesome. I think both of my my quality control dogs would like it too if I shared, but I'm not. I only have about 10-12 more minutes left on these sous vide eggs. So I'm gonna hang out and see how they turn out. I'm really curious for the consistency of it. But I'm just gonna enjoy this for the time being. How's your lamb coming along, Yiayia? Are you eating yet? God, those are good. What?
My hips hurt.
Your hips hurt? Yeah. Very good. Okay.
Hey, since you're making lamb, go deliver some for me.
Yeah.
Because I love that stuff.
I ate some and it was good. Well, that's good. That's good.
Ow. Ow, my hip.
I don't know what Asa did to his hip. What'd you do?
I was just laying down.
Oh.
Awooga, 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 awooga. It hurt.
Asa, come say hi to Yiayia.
Okay.
Abby right here at my feet.
Yiayia.
Here.
Hi. How you doing?
Yep.
When
She said,
Nico.
hi, Asa.
Hi.
I'm gonna be greedy and eat all this right now
Why?
because I love this stuff.
Why won't you save some when Dad gets home?
Because this is my favorite, not Dad's.
Oh. Who made my hip hurt? Look at it.
I don't know what you did to your hip, kid.
I don't know. I don't know.
He said he was laying down and now it hurts.
Yeah.
Go run and play.
I'll be right back. Maybe because I have to go potty.
It might be. Who knows? The mysteries. So yeah, those are just fabulous. I'd like one more. And like I said, these reheat beautifully. They you just put them in Tupperware and put them in your fridge and have lunch the next day. Which, to be honest, is probably what I'm going to eat until Zach comes home on Tuesday. Because I love these things. We'll get closer to the sous vide machine here in just a minute. And see how the eggs turned out. But it shouldn't be too much longer. What does the timer say? 6 minutes?
My hip feels better.
Oh, I'm so glad. Did you flush and wash your hands, please?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Okay, let me see if I flush.
Go wash your hands twice then.
I'm very well past. Yeah, I flushed.
All right, so I'm tempted, because I'm impatient, to pull this out early and see how it's done. Back up, please.
Okay. If
So?
it's delicious, I'll just say no, thank you.
They are sous vide eggs, baby.
Oh. In my head, it tastes yummy but good. Yummy but good.
All right, back up, please.
Wait,
So these are very hot.
so yummy but awful.
You can see it's definitely cooked.
Yeah.
It's not you know, coming to the side or anything like that. They are done. Asa, stop, please.
Okay.
Go downstairs, please. Okay. So let's open this guy up and see how he does. It looks like it'll just slip right out of there. So let me grab a plate. Or actually, I'm just gonna put it right here on the cutting board.
Somebody.
Excuse me. Asa.
Okay.
There it comes. Oh my goodness. Check that out. Very nice.
What time is it, Mama?
Very easy. Provided you have the disposable time to do it in. Let's give this guy a taste. A little bit of cheesy stretch in there. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, actually. It's like a quiche almost. Yeah, that's all the cheese that I put in there. Probably could have put more cheese. Awesome. This is actually really good. That's a lot of fun, and you can just put them in your fridge and bring them out, you know, when you're ready to eat them that day. I'm sure they'll last at least 2 days or a week. So meal prep for the rest of the week. Sounds awesome to me. Well, very good. Want to thank you guys so much for tuning into Kaleila's Kitchen. This has been a whirlwind right out the gate in the new year. But thanks for understanding that I took a couple days off to go to San Diego and see my family. And we should pick right back up on the 8th with our steak bites with yum yum sauce and ginger salad dressing. Super excited for all that. And yeah, yasu. Thanks guys so much for tuning in, and I'll keep you posted on what time we're streaming on the 8th. Go ahead and follow me on social media. Let me plug this in here. Cool. And I hope you guys have a fabulous, fabulous day.